game of Saturday.
Mm.
Another very big one. This one even bigger than the Steelers game. You got the Houston Texans -1.5 against the Colts. Colts are getting 1.5 points in this game. But once again, points don't matter. It's who's going to win the game. Over under in this one. Decently high scoring, actually. 47.5. They're expecting both teams to show up and shoot out. Who gets it done?
I'm going to take the Houston Texans in this one. I look at games like this, and I think a first quarterback matchup, I'm taking C.J. Stroud over Gardner Minshew. Then you look at things like coaching matchup, both rookie coaches, Shane Steichen for the Colts, D'Amico Ryans for the Texans. They've both done a phenomenal job this season for both their teams. I think they're pretty even on the coaching matchup. And then you just look at the rest of the roster around them. The Houston Texans are really impressive this season. They have a lot of good weapons. A couple of guys are questionable heading into this one. Nico Collins is having a career year for the Houston Texans this year as the number one wide receiver for C.J. Stroud heading into this one. I think they found a bit of a groove with Devin Singletary as the number one back. He has seemed to take over that starting spot at the running back position. And more than anything, I don't trust this Colts defense to stop anyone. They are 27th in the NFL in scoring defense. They give up 24.4 points per game. They are 27th in the NFL against the run. So if there's any time for Devin Singletary to have a huge game and give CJ Stroud some cushion in the run department, it's this one. The Colts can't stop anyone. I don't trust the defense. The Texans defense, I think, is better. I think that their offense is pretty even. I would take CJ Stroud over Gardner Minshew in a must-win game for both these teams. It's in Indianapolis, so that's going to be huge for the Colts with that home field advantage. But I think this is a game where CJ Stroud shows he is for real, and he is going to be a problem in the AFC for the next 15 years.
Bark, bark. I'm looking at the dog in this game.
Okay.
Give me the Indianapolis Colts to walk up in here and get this done. There's not many dogs that I like in week 18, but this is one of them. When you play at home, they give you a 3-point favoritism on the spread. So they're really saying they think the Colts are a 4.5-point dog to this football team. I disagree with that. I love the Houston Texans, but they're not the same Houston Texans that they were week 1 through 10. It's just not the same team. They've lost a lot of good key pieces in their receiving room. I know that Nico Collins, you're right. Dude's balling out. But you know what that tells me? Shut down one guy. It's not that hard. Now, obviously, it's harder. It's harder to do it than to say it, but you got to figure out a way to shut down Nico Collins. You got to keep CJ moving. With that said, I wouldn't bring too much pressure around on CJ because if they do that, he's going to run all over this defense. You mentioned it. They're about ranked number 27. They're not a good defense. I don't like them at all, but I love where their run game's at right now. I like the way the whole offense is moving. Gardner Minshew is in a groove. I think last week we saw the Colts finally. It only took 17 weeks, Bryson. We finally saw them play good football and actually put it together. The whole team, decent defense, great offense. I think they can find a way to run all over this football team. They play very well when they play at home. I think that the whole world is going to go here, slam the Texans. I don't blame anybody for taking the Texans because I like the Texans. And if they had a plus sign in front of their name, I would probably take them. But I have to take a team that is at home with plus money in a must-win game. You're sleeping on Gardner Minshew because everyone's still on that left. Do it right. Do it. I love it, but I think the Texans actually fall short here. I got the Colts winning this game about 23-21 in an absolute thriller that no matter what, I don't know which side it's going to be on. This game comes down to the final play of the game. I feel very confident about that. So, guys, good luck to you. I'm on the Colts. Bryson's on the Texans. That should be a very fun game there on Saturday night.